the further you go down the rabbit hole, the more you start to realize like these things seem very nefarious, dude. I know there's a huge, large group of people who think that aliens are like are here to like help us, and they probably are. But I don't know. There's a certain aspect of it that just feels really nefarious to me, dog. Like
For sure.
I don't want to say it's demons, because I was super against that early in my podcast career. I was like, you guys think this shit's demons? Like, how stupid are you? Now I gotta be the humble bambino real quick. It's not that I think they're demons. I don't know how to explain this, but there's something about this that just doesn't feel right. Like it's almost like our planet got hijacked by some force that we can't understand. And anything is possible in my eyes now.
Right.
I almost want it to be our government with this technology. And it's like, hey, let's just pretend it's aliens. They're never going to know. Like, I almost want it to be that.
Yeah.
Because if it's not, like, hey, maybe there's a good reason they haven't said anything.
Right.
Because if it was really them, they can make up anything. Hey, we've been shooting them down. We have the capability to shoot the like what?
What?
You guys can it makes it more confusing and muddies the waters more. You guys can shoot down something that supposedly isn't from this planet. Like, and these things are just allowing you to do that. It just makes it more confusing.
It does.
You know? But as you go down the rabbit hole for ancient aliens, what is something that you've seen as you watch these episodes that has made you kind of like rethink your thinking on this? I'm interested to hear this.
The most intriguing thing to me is like the prehistoric era. Honestly, there are so many signs that aliens or some greater being came and visited Earth and gave knowledge. And a lot of times is BC, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the pyramids are before Christ. All these other things are before Christ. And, that's going to be a fun edit out.
Nah, we're not editing that out. Hey, sometimes we make mistakes. That's not even, I wouldn't even say that's a mistake, man. Hey, that was meant to happen. Remember we just talked about Destiny?
Destiny. This
is Destiny. I know we're going to edit out Destiny now? Is that what's going to happen? No, but go, continue. Sorry.
But yeah, the amount of cultures that have talked about people coming to visit them and giving them a greater power. A very interesting one was the connection to the stars and how many of these cultures aligned their structures with Orion's belt.
Oh, a shit ton did.
And both the Egyptians and the Native Americans in Arizona, I don't remember their name off the top of my head, they both have said the gods came, or they're basically saying the gods came from Orion's belt and we're trying to communicate with them, basically is what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's creepy stuff, dude.
It's really creepy. And then you look at some of these structures that got built at crazy times and how they understood, like the pyramids. The pyramids, how the heck are we doing this? Imagine someone being like, hey, let's, the Great Pyramid, let's double that.
Let's just fucking...
Let's double that. Let's make it.
When you think about the fact that like each stone was weighed over a ton and was in a quarry that was like hundreds of miles away.
Yeah.
It just makes the mystery more like, I don't get it.
And then the air shafts in the Great Pyramid, I don't know if it's, I think it's Osiris that it's pointed to. That like the air shafts are both directly pointed to Osiris. And it's like, why? How do they know that? Do they know to do that? Why are they doing that? Like a lot of these ancient astronaut theorists theorize that somehow this was like a transportation device,
or like
the
power
pyramids, I don't necessarily believe in all that. That's a little beyond my
I mean,
imagination.
it being a transportation device or a power plant makes fucking sense to me.
Yeah.
Like
Why else would
when
they
you
be made when they don't have like rooms? And people who say this is where they hide their dead pharaohs. No bodies have been found in
no,
most of these pyramids,
well,
and
don't the pyramids on Earth all fit Earth's electrical grid? I've heard that before.
I
Well,
think
so it being a power plant
yeah.
would make more sense if all these pyramids are fitting on Earth's electrical grid.
And for some reason, everyone in the world at the same time was like, let's build pyramids, let's align them with Orion's belt, let's
And how would they know that? That's another thing too. Is let's say we're talking about the pyramids in South America, right? And then
the
the ones in
Mayan stuff.
Egypt and
Yeah.
China and Russia and all them. They all these cultures that had nothing to do with each other. They couldn't really communicate with each other.
Yeah, they're thousands of miles apart.
Different time periods, all that. How did they know that their pyramid was going to fit with Earth's electrical grid? How did they know it was on? Like you're right. Like there's certain things that we can't just say. Oh, we were put.
Coincidence.
That's not. Yeah, and like one of the pyramids is the measurements is the sound of the speed of light.
I think that's the Mayan one.
I thought it. Well, okay. We'll double check that, but I thought it
Who
was
knows?
okay. It could, but like the I think it's the Pyramid of Giza.
Oh, okay.
Its measurements is the speed of
Oh,
light.
that sounds right.